Good evening, guys. We'll wait 2-3 minutes and then start. So, welcome back, guys. Good evening, all. Let's start today's lecture. As discussed yesterday, we will be starting with parable. This is the first topic of conic section, which has three curves, that is parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola. So, parabola is the most basic and the most asked question in JEE mains. Also, let me tell you, every time on an average from past 5 years they've been asking at least 2 to 3 questions on conic section, so you can expect one from each. High probability it will be from parabola. So yeah, let's start. We'll first understand the basics and then we'll move on further, right? Okay, guys, if my voice is clear, then please give me a thumbs up. Actually, if we do, yeah. Is my voice clear, guys? Yes or no? Okay. Thank you, Harshil. Yeah. Let's move. So, in the first thing, we have or we will be doing introduction part, right? So let's see what are conic sections. So I hope you know the introduction part, the section of circular cone. I hope you know what is a circular cone. If not, see this. In this diagram, you can easily see what is a circular cone. Now, this is PQ, let us say this is a perpendicular line by a plane. Now, if we cut this cone by a plane, then depending on the angle of cutting, like straight 90 degrees, 30 degrees, slant, or exact horizontally, we'll get the different conic section, right? Now, this V is called the vertex of the cone. Chalo, let's see. So, AB first off is pair of straight line. Now, as you can see, if this blue one cuts the cone, we'll get two straight lines passing through the vertex V, as you can see with green. I hope your imagination is good, because if you look into NCRT also, the same photo is given. So I have yeah, got this photo from there only and modified somewhat. Okay, so we'll get the pair of straight line. Now V is the vertex, VB and V are pair of straight lines. Okay, so first conic section is pair of straight line. The section of a circular cone, again, this is again a cone. Now, if the plane is cut exactly horizontally, as you can see, then we get a circle. How do we get a circle, guys? See, if we cut the cone, we'll get the top half of the cone will separate out, right? Only the cross section will be left. I hope you know what is the meaning of cross section. Cross section means, just a second. Yeah, cross section means that after cutting part, the area which is left is called the cross section. So after we cut it off, this area will be left. I hope you can see it. So this area or this is a circle, right, guys? Now the third one. So till now, how many conic section we did? Two. What were they? The pair of straight lines and the circle. Correct? Let's see the third one. So yeah, circle is also a conic section, but we did it before conic section because it is a very important part. So we need to do it separately. So if we cut the plane at an angle, then the cross section will look like this. I hope you can imagine it. If we cut the plane like this, the area which is cut will look like this, and which is called the parabola. And lastly, we have two more. If we cut at a more angle, like we'll go to the 0 degree, right? If we cut at a more angle with the OV, then we'll get ellipse. As you can see this, it is not exactly a circle because for a circle, we need to cut exactly horizontally. This is an ellipse. After this, we have the last one, which is hyperbola. So this is a two cones are joined. See this? This is a one vertical cone, and exact mirror image is joined with vertex V, right? So if the plane cuts like this, then the cross section will look like these two highlighted part. So these two curves together are called hyperbola. Once we go once we move forward and do the question, then you'll understand how hyperbola looks like. But this is the basic how the five conic sections are obtained. We have to study all the fives. Which are they, guys? The five conic sections are pair of straight line, uh, circle, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola. So yeah. So next topic we parabola, ellipse, hyperbola are sections of right circular cone by a plane. Right? As I explained you earlier, circle is also a conic section, but we did it previously because circle is a special shape, That's why. We have been studying circle from school, right? So let's see what we have next. Definition. So definition is very important because from definition only we'll be able to get a grasp of how mathematically to get the conic section. So it is a locus of a point. Yeah, it is locus of a point which moves in a way such that ratio of a distance from a fixed point. Now, please remember the definition. We will be using this definition only to mathematically get the equation of a conic section. From a fixed point to its perpendicular distance from a fixed straight line is always a constant. So let us break us into parts as we always do for coordinate geometry. So let's say the fixed point be S, right? Let the fixed point be S. Just a second, guys. Yeah, let the fixed point be S and let the fixed line be L. So now let P be any point on locus, as you can see. So the distance of P from S and the perpendicular distance from L, that is PS and PM, right? If they are in the same ratio, let's say this ratio is this E, that is SP upon PM equals to E, or you can say E is a constant, then the locus obtained is called a conic. Now, let me tell you, depending on the value of E, which is also known as eccentricity, I hope you know it. Depending on the values of E, we get the different conic sections. Like, say, let's say, suppose E equals to 0, then we get the pair of straight line. Let's say E is equals to 1, then we get circle. No. I mistime it. Sorry. Don't take it as it is. E equals to 1 will give parabola. E less than 1 will give ellipse. And E greater than 1 will give hyperbola. We'll see as we move forward. So let's move on to the next slide. The fixed point S is called focus. These are some terms. The fixed line L is called directrix. The ratio, which we just now saw, E is called eccentricity. If E equals to 1, yeah, this is what I was talking about. If E is equals to 1, then it is a parabola. If E is between 0 to 1, then it is a ellipse. Now, let me tell you, E is the constant term, right? It is a ratio of two lengths. So, E will always be positive. E will always be positive. That's why E should be greater than 1 and greater than 0 and less than 1. Now, before moving further, let me tell you one thing. Starting May, it will be a lot of theory. So yeah, it could get quite boring, but please just stay with me so you can learn something, right? Don't get like distracted anywhere else. This one lecture will cover some theory and then we'll do questions from the next lecture. Okay, guys? I hope it is fine. Chalo. Let's see if E is greater than 1. The conic is a hyperbola, right? So yeah, this is the first MCQ. Very simple. Just now we did. If eccentricity is greater than 1, then it is a hyperbola. So let us mark it. Yeah, it is a hyperbola. Now, if eccentricity is equals to 1, then the conic is parabola, right? Let's see what we have next. If eccentricity is less than 1, then the conic is ellipse. Obviously, here less than 1 means it is between 0 and 1. As I already told you, it can never be less than 0 because eccentricity is a ratio of two lengths, correct? So, just a second, guys. Uh, let me ask you. I have not asked you anything. Are you guys following or bus bore ho gaya? Yes or no, guys? Come on, give me a thumbs up. Okay, I think Anjana is awake. What about others? Harshili, yeah, Harshili. You came from your phone, I think, right? Thank you. And Mamata. Okay, okay. Chalo. Superb. Let's see what we have next. Equation of a conic section. Now, the main part or the mathematical part. Chalo, equation of a conic section. Now let's draw the same x-axis, y-axis origin and p be any variable point. We need, right? What was the definition of conic section? We need two things, which is the focus and the directrix. Once we get the focus and the directrix, guys, we can use the ratio wala part, right? And if we want parabola, then we can simply put E equals to 1. So let the line be px plus qi plus r equals to 0, right? And S with a fixed point. Okay. So SP upon distance from this line, PM, right, will give us the equation of conic. Chalo. What is the definition of conic? That's what I was telling you guys. Chalo. The ratio of point to focus and directrix is the eccentricity. So by definition of conic, SP upon PM is equals to E. Right now, we are not just now putting the value of E. Let's see. SP will be equals to EPM. So if we square on both the sides, now why we squared? Because you are correct. We are going to use the distance formula. So for SP, we'll use the distance formula between focus and the point. I hope you understand what have we let the focus. The focus was S and P was the locus, which is H comma K. So this will be SP, X minus A the whole square, Y minus B the whole square, where focus was A comma B. E square, what was PM square? PM square was perpendicular distance. I hope you know how to use a perpendicular distance formula, right? The whole square. So on simplification, obviously we cannot do the simplification here. It will be like very kachra equation. I hope you can understand. So if you want to try it, you can try it. Sure. And if you want, we can also do in the class, but it will take a hell lot of time. So that's why. But please remember on simplification, we will get the equation like this. I hope you remember what is this equation called. This equation is called the second degree non-homogeneous equation, right? Which is ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. Now, as I told you, depending on the value of E, we will get different conic sections. One more thing, there are some conditions even on the coefficients of these equations. What are the coefficients of these equations, guys? There are 6 coefficients: A, H, B, G, F, and C. So depending on the relation between these coefficients, we can get different conic section. So let me tell you, how do we get different conic sections? We get different conic section by 2 ways. Either we input the value of eccentricity in this equation, or we find the relation between coefficients in this equation. So both the ways we can get the equations of different conic. So let's see what are those equations. Okay. So first condition with the coefficients is this. Let delta be the determinant. Now, obviously, you have to remember this determinant value. It is ABC plus 2FGH minus AF square minus BG square minus CH square. Not so tough if you remember it. I hope you have already remembered it in your class lectures. So, yeah, this is the value of delta. Now, depending on the value of delta, we can say what type of conic it is. As I told you, previous slide only, either we fix the value of E or we get some relation between these coefficients. We already know how to get value of E. If E is less than 1, we get a ellipse. If E equals to 1, we get parabola. And if E greater than 1, then we get hyperbola. Now let's see the conditions of these delta. So yeah, if delta equals to 0, then the curve is a degenerate conic. What is meant by degenerate conic? And if delta not equal to 0, it is non-degenerate conic. This is not of use for us. We'll understand this when we do the chapter pair of straight lines. Okay, but for us, the delta should not be equals to 0. That means non-degenerate conic meant. Who all the conic comes? In non-degenerate conic, we have parabola, ellipse, hyperbola. Right? And in degenerate conic, we'll have pair of straight line and circle. Chalo. We are interested in degenerate conic. So, if delta is not equals to 0, obviously now this will be a common condition if we want parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola. Now, second condition is h square equal to AB. If h square equal to AB and delta not equal to 0, we get a parabola, right? Which is of the shape C. We will discuss the shape and everything of the parabola in the coming slides. If delta is not equal to h square less than AB, then it is a ellipse, which looks like this. I hope you have heard elliptical orbit, the earth rotates around the sun in elliptical orbit, and so on. And the last one is h square greater than AB. It is hyperbola. So we have 3 conditions: less, equal to, less than, greater than. If it is equal to, then we get a parabola. If it is less than, we get ellipse. If it is greater than, we get hyperbola, which looks like this. It look like two parabolas are together, but believe me, it is not the same. Chalo. We have no need of this. We'll look at the rectangular hyperbola afterwards. I think it is omitted. Yeah. So, yeah, if delta not equals to 0, h equals to 0, a equals, then the conic represents a circle. We have already seen this. I hope you know the equation of circle. Mein coefficient of x square and y square should be same. I hope you know equation represents the circle when we have two things. The coefficient of x square and y square is same and there is no xy term. So what is meant by coefficient of x square and y square here? A and B are the coefficients of x square and y square. So both are same and there is no xy term. So guys, are you following or are you with me, Anjana and Mamta? Or bus? Okay. Anjana is with me. Mamta is also with me. Thank you so much. Let's go. This is a circle. Very dangerous circle I have taken. Chalo. This we don't need right now. We just need parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola, which we have already covered. But just for theory part, I'm going through it. So yeah. Chalo. But tell me, what does this represent? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Chalo. Let's see. What have we have to check? Circle, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola. We'll check parabola, ellipse, hyperbola. That means I hope delta is not equals to 0. Right. What is delta? Delta is ABC plus 2FGH minus AF square minus BG square minus CH square. This is the value of delta. So if we compare the equation, let me write it here. Just a second, guys. One second. Yeah. Okay. So if we compare, let us compare this equation with our equation. What was it? Ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. Just a second. Yeah, I hope you are doing with me or not. Okay. So if we compare, we'll get A is equals to 1. We'll get no xy term, right? So h is equals to 0. Y square bhi nahi hai. That means B is also 0. After this, x wala term. So 2G is 8. Where 2F is 12 and C is 4. Now if 2G is 8, that means G is 4 and F is 6. So yeah, let us input these values here, A, B, C. So 1 into 0 into 4 plus 2 times F, 6 into 4 into 0 minus A into 6 square minus B into 4 square minus C into h square. So I think these all these terms will get cancelled and we'll get minus 6 square. Oh, did we made a mistake here, guys? Please check. I which is minus 36, which is not equals to 0. Now let's check the other condition. I hope we didn't do a mistake. The other condition was h square minus ab. So h square minus ab, which is 0 square minus a into 0, which is equals to 0. So if h square minus ab equals to 0, that means h square equals to ab. What does this mean, guys? If h square equals to ab, then this means that it is a parabola, right? I hope you remember the conditions. Yeah, h square equal to ab and delta equals to 0, we get a parabola. So did you all understood it? Give me a thumbs up. Yes or no, guys? Okay, thank you, Anjana and Mamta. Okay, I think, yeah. Let's see the next. Now I want you all to give me the answer. Write it in the chat box. I have my chat box opened here. Chalo. We saw this just now. What is it? What is it, guys? Come on, guys. 1. Yeah, you are right. It's a parabola. This is the shape of parabola. Next. Bolo. What is this? Second one. H square greater than AB. 3. Superb. It is hyperbola. Right? What is this? Come on. It's interesting. Nice. Chalo, chalo. See here. Coefficient of x square equal to coefficient of y square. And there is no xy term. That means the equation will look like x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. That means it is a... चलो अभी तो आंसर दो. It is a... अरे अभी भी नहीं समझा. A B x square y square coefficient same है. H is 0 means there is no xy term. That means it's a circle, guys. Right? Yes or no, guys? Okay. Let's move on to the next. I hope you can see my... Just a second. Yeah. So next thing is the important definitions related to parabola. Not only parabola, we'll use some of these definitions in coming conic sections also. That is ellipse and hyperbola. Oh yeah. So let's see what are they. Principal axis or axis. Now the straight line passing through the focus and perpendicular to directrix is called axis of the conic section. Please read very carefully. It is conic section. Means it is valid for parabola, ellipse and hyperbola. Right? What we have next? Let this be the focus. Let this be the directrix. Then what will be the axis passing through focus and perpendicular to directrix? This will be the axis of the conic section. Chalo. Next essay is called the principal axis. Next is vertex or vertices. In case of parabola, we'll have only one vertex, but in case of ellipse and hyperbola, we'll have multiple vertices. Okay, let's see. But we are talking about parabola. So let us say this is x-axis and y-axis. This is the parabola. I hope by now you know what is the shape of parabola. One or the most common shape of parabola is something like C. Now here we are taking a standard parabola. That means it passes through origin. Let's see. So this is called the vertex. Vertex is a point of intersection of conic section and principal axis. So here this parabola has the principal axis as x-axis, and this is the conic section. So the point of intersection of parabola and the x-axis is called the vertex. Here in this case it is origin, right? A conic has at most two vertices, but in case of parabola we have only one. Focal chord, very, 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 very important definition. Please pay attention. Any chord passing through focus is called a focal chord. Definition is very simple, but many questions you will see the questions on focal chord are asked many times. So let's say again we see the parabola. This is the focus. If a line segment passes through the focus, it's called a focal chord. As you can see this, correct? This is the focal chord. Let's look at this is the focal chord. Chalo. Guys, till now, is it clear? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, Mamta, thank you. Anjana, are you there? Okay, chalo. Double ordinate. Now, double ordinate is like a diameter. Let me tell you what is the definition. The chord which is perpendicular to the principal axis is called double ordinate. So let's say our principal axis is x-axis, the parabola is of c type. Then the chord perpendicular to x-axis, this line segment, is called the double ordinate. Correct? Excuse me, this is perpendicular. Latus rectum. The most important part of a conic section is the latus rectum. I hope you know how to pronounce it. It is, I think, Latin English. That's why in Latin English it is called latus rectum. So that name is continuing till here. The double ordinate passing through focus. Now I hope you know double ordinate. This is the axis. This is the focus. Now if the double ordinate passes through focus, it is called a latus rectum. Very important definition of a conic section. Center. What is center of a conic? Center, you'll say ki how will there be a center in parabola? So let me tell you, there is not a center in parabola, but in case of ellipse and hyperbola, we do have a center. As parabola is not a, you can say, bounded figure or a symmetric figure about both the axes, right? That's why we don't have a center. Circle kaise is a symmetric figure from every direction. That is x-axis se bhi symmetric hai aur y-axis se bhi symmetric. But parabola is not symmetric about y-axis. It is only symmetric about x-axis. So here you can read this. Excuse me, the same thing I said. The point which bisects the every chord on the conic is called a center. So parabola is no center, but circle, ellipse, and hyperbola have centers. So definition of a parabola. Let's see. I hope you know the definition of parabola. What is the definition? The eccentricity equals to 1. Now, please pay attention. If the eccentricity is equals to 1, that means I can write SP is equal to PM. So, let us write SP equals to PM. So, SP equals to PM means SP, that the distance from the focus is equal to PM, which is perpendicular distance from directrix. So the definition of parabola is eccentricity equals to 1, or you can say if eccentricity is 1, then SP equals to PM, which is eccentricity of parabola is 1. We know this, right? Now, the main thing we need to do, find the equation of parabola in its standard form. So let's try to draw the parabola. Now, see, this equation is of the parabola we've been using till now, which is the shape C. So this is a parabola. S be the focus, L be the directrix. I hope you can imagine, or should I draw this here? Just a second. This here will be the x-axis, and this here will be the y-axis. We don't want to make diagram more complicated types. That's why we have taken only focus and direct. But I hope you can imagine this is the x-axis through focus and this is the y-axis. So this Z is a point on directrix. A is the midpoint of ZS. Now, since A is a midpoint, then SA will be equal to AZ, that will be equal to 1. Right? So A is a point on parabola. So let's see the various forms of parabola. One of the form was y square equal to 4ax. First is A is greater than 0. In this case, the parabola shape is like this. I hope you got it. You already done this. It is exactly symmetrical about x-axis. Sorry, I was not able to get the shape exactly as C, but I hope you can understand. It is exactly symmetric about x-axis. Right? This is not symmetric exactly, but I hope you get the gist of it. Right? If I draw it with a pen, it will not come, but this is the only shape I could find. Chalo. Vertex is at 0, 0. As we have already know, this is the vertex. Focus is at a, 0. Here is the focus. We know the focus lies on the axis. That means here it is x-axis. Next. Equation of directrix is x plus a equals to 0. Here is the directrix whose equation is x plus a equals to 0. This is the axis. X-axis is the axis. Therefore, the equation of the axis will be y equals to 0, which is the equation of x-axis. It is nothing but x-axis. So, if the equation of this line is x plus a equals to 0, then the point, this point, will be minus a, 0. I hope you got it. The equation of straight line will be x plus a equals to 0 only when the point is minus a, 0. Equation of tangent at vertex. You can see this vertex. The vertex with tangent is y-axis, which is the equation x equal to 0. Chalo. I hope it is clear till here. Hello guys, yes or no? Okay. Thank you. Now, just wait a second. Yeah. So this is a case 2. The here it is minus 4ax. Now, minus 4x means the shape will be ulta C like this. This is a perfect shape which is symmetric about x-axis. Now everything will get converted. I hope you know this. Where will be the focus? Focus will be, vertex will be the same. Focus will be here. The directrix will be here. So equation of directrix will be x minus a equals to 0. Everything will be symmetric, like it will be changed. As mirror लिखा ना तो mirror image ही हो गया डायरेक्ट का. So focus पहले यहाँ पे था, अभी it's mirror image which it comes to this. So equation of axis is y-axis, same it is also. Now tangent and vertex is same, just the change was focus and directrix. Now the third, case 3. See, here in this equation, I hope you get it. Just a second, guys. Yeah. In this equation, we just interchange the x and y coordinates. This means that the x and y axis will get interchanged. The parabola will be u, as you can see. So where will the vertex? Vertex is same as origin. Here will be the focus and here will be the directrix. As you can see, please mind the coordinates accordingly. Since focus is on y-axis, the coordinates will be 0, a. Right? The axis will now be the y-axis. Right? And the tangent at vertex will be the x-axis. Now, similarly, last part, I hope you guessed it correct, which is minus 4ay. Minus 4ay. Right? So, minus 4ay. It will be ulta u. Right? So, now the focus will be here. The directrix will be here. So, let us see what will be the coordinates. Vertex will remain the same. Even the axis will remain the same. Tangent at vertex will also remain the same. Now, thank you guys. Till now, we completed the standard types of parabola, which are the 4 types. Y square equal to 4ax, x square equal to 4ay, sorry, y square equal to 4ax, y square equal to minus 4a, x square equal to 4ay, x square equal to minus 4ay. So these 4 types of parabolas, these were the standard parabolas, and 99% of the questions will be from the standard parabolas only. So I hope we'll end this lecture, because from next topic is we'll start the new topic and we don't have much time left. So it is better we end this here. Fresh will start with the new topic in the next lecture. So thank you all. I hope you understood it. Thank you and bye-bye guys.